Hello there. This is part 5 of The Heart is Not a Pump. And today I'm reading from a book called A New Theory of Disease, based upon the principle that man is a compound electrical magnet. And that was published in 1869. This is a reprint, one of them Kessinger reprints. Got a lot of books like this on this subject. Some of them reprints, some of them I got the first edition, from the time they were published. And it's a very interesting subject. You've all heard of the electric universe, electric nature of the universe, but there's also the electrical nature of the body. See, the two correlate. As above, so below. As macro, so micro. And that's the interesting thing about these studies, flat earth or astronomy and geology. The things we study out there on the external relate to the things internal, relate to us. All is connected, from the stars to our hearts. It's all connected, from the animals to us. For example, spiders. The male spiders come out looking for mates round about September time, October, and this relates to Scorpio. And Scorpio is the 8th sign of the zodiac. And spiders have the 8 legs. So it's all related in numerology, astrology, astrotheology, zoology, physiology, geology, astronomy. Everything is connected to each other. So if you learn one thing, you've learned something about another thing. And it's good to compare the animal world to the physical world, the stars to the earth, the human body to the earth. Everything's connected. The oceans and rivers to the heart and the veins and arteries. The minerals, the stones to our bones. Even etymologically, words. You've got the arterial system and you've got the venous system. It's like Venus and Mars. Male and female, yin and yang, the two. It's the wave, the secret of the wave. Study the wave. Cut a circle in half and then you have a wave. So you cut a circle in half and you've got the two semicircles. Stick the two semicircles next to each other and then you've got the wave, haven't you? The circle. Study the circle and the point. Point in the middle, circle around the outside, internal, external. Even that very word circle comes from the ancient Greek word for scorpion, cirque. And the goddess of the scorpion, Serket. See, Scorpio relates to the to poison. Poison strangles you, so it relates to the breath as well. Thus you get the circuitry, you get circle, like I've said, you get bicycle, you got the goddess Circe from Greek, who was the goddess who performed magic. You got church. In Scotland, church is called kirk. See, it's all etymologically related. You've got the church, the circle, and the dot inside, that's the spirit. You've got the center, the still point, the magnetic point, and round it you've got the electricity. You got the movement. You got the ocean in the center, and the waves going around it. See, in an ocean, it's all still. It's just on top. You've got the waves. It's the war and peace. It's like within you, the deeper you go within you, the more peace you feel, the more calmness. The external world, all movement, it's all stimulation, it's all war. Alright, so I've got a lot of books like this on the electric nature of the human body, something that was suppressed. You see, there was a man named Franz Mesmer, and he was the founder of mesmerism. He was curing people in the Western world of diseases by using his hands alone. A bit like hand healing, like faith healers sort of thing. And he was moving. He was treating it like there was like magnetic sort of fluid, invisible fluid in the human body. And he was curing it because it was out of balance, and he was balancing it. Many people thought he was a quack at the time, but he was getting results. There's a great film called Mesmer, starring Alan Rickman, the man who died, or supposedly died. And it shows you him curing people in that. Well, Franz Mesmer created mesmerism. And so there's a great movement of mesmerism at that point of time. And from this, the people who opposed it created hypnotism. They said, all this mesmerism was hypnotism. It's just suggestion. That's all it was, suggestion. It's nothing physical. It's a mental thing. So hypnotism comes from that. And from hypnotism we get stuff like NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, and so on. But I think there was like a suppression of the physical side of this. So yes, hypnotism is true, that there is a suggestions part of it, but there is a physical part of it also. If you look to the ancient Chinese, they knew the physical part of it. They called it the qi, and you got acupuncture, and you got stuff like that with the qi energy and the meridians. And that's all basically Mesmer was doing. He was sort of making the meridians flow. There's a man called John Chang, I think he's from Java, and he can like shoot electricity through his hands, and he was healing people for using the nerves and the meridians. And there's a man from Bali also, and there was a man from America doing the same thing. What's his name? Yeah, William E. Gray. There's two books here, really good. Know Your Magnetic Field by William E. Gray, and Born to Heal by Ruth Montgomery, which was basically her talking about him and his healing. Healed loads of things, so many things. He's got his own theories on things as well, basically the same as the electrical theory. So very good to get them two books if you can. And yeah, so what I was saying, there was so mesmerism turned to hypnotism, and hypnotists said, it's nothing physical, it's all just auto-suggestion, just suggestion. And then, so, that was suppressed. Mesmerism was kind of suppressed. It was seen as quack science, pseudoscience. But from mesmerism, not only came hypnotism, but also a thing called electrical psychology. It had many names, actually. There was many. So electrical psychology was one of the names. You had galvanism. You had I can't think, but there was so many names. You got the nervous fluid, galvanism, electrical psychology, electrobiology. So that was another name, electrobiology. So look up electrobiology. And this man named John Bovey Dodds was the founder of electrical psychology, And this is a book on that subject, or using that subject with his own ideas. And that was suppressed. Even though it became really popular at the time, there was always books coming out about the electrical nature of the human body, and electrical healing, and healing the electricity, the cause and cure of all diseases. So this is great stuff. I think in the present time we are starting to get back into this knowledge of electricity as a vital force, not just in the universe, but within ourselves as well. I've got a book called The Body Electric there. That started off quite a modern day sort of revolution in electrotherapeutics. But still, they don't talk about these old guys who were doing it before. When I was studying the electric universe, it's all like, we've just discovered this is a new theory. None of this is new theories. I've got so many books there from even before people like Walter Russell, who is quite a big name in the electric universe community. I've got books before him. I've got Geo Warder. He made the same sort of thoughts as Walter Russell before Walter Russell. You've got other people as well. People like this guy, people like all these other books I've got behind me. And it's kind of suppressed because obviously they don't want to cure people. They don't want people having knowledge. They want it to keep medical practice barbaric, just using the scalpel, the knife, chemotherapy, radiation, and the pharmaceutical drugs. So it's all a big scam. They don't want to heal us, they just want to make money. I suppose because our health is our wealth. Take away our health and they take away our health, our wealth. It's all about keeping us lower than them. They like to be in a bigger box and put us in a smaller box. So many of us are not working to our true potential in knowledge or health, physique, understanding. We're infinite beings with infinite potential, and they're suppressing the knowledge of ourselves, because if you know thyself, you know God, you know the universe, and you're in peace because you know yourself. You're in power, you're in love, you're in strength, and you don't need them anymore. You don't need these politicians, you don't need these doctors, you don't need these pharmaceutical companies, you don't need the media, you don't need kings and queens and priests. When you know yourself, when you know yourself, all you need is yourself. All you need is God, and God is within you. You no longer look outside, you look within for answers.